This, my friends, is the 7 Hz Legato. And like the harmonic dime from last week, it's my first hands-on experience with this Chi-Fi brand. And I'll tell you what, guys, I hope it's not the last time. Oh no. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the Legato is a wired IEM that just so happens to be shameless about that bass.
All about that bass, about that bass.
The low end is so tight, bass heads are gonna cream themselves. I can see it now. Actually, I don't ever want to see that. And before you go discounting these as unfaithful to IEMs out there, because you know, IEMs are supposed to be flat and neutral or close to it anyway, and instead the Legato drops a major dose of quality tactile bass while somehow not fully ignoring other parts of the frequency range either. So at the end of the day, is the 7 Hz Legato dope or nope? Let's find out after these messages that way. The 7 Hz Legato retails for $110, and if you like the color silver, well, that's the only colorway that you're gonna get. Doing all the grunt work on the inside are dual 12mm and 6mm DLC dynamic drivers, and the weight altogether with the cable is 32 grams. Really nice and light, especially once it's on your head, buttoned down. Now the housing itself, really well made. I'll tell you what, guys, there's, as far as I can tell, 2 pieces of machine aviation grade aluminum for the main body. There's a venting port right there, and this pin configuration is a 0.78mm type. And yeah, since we're here, let's do the ear tip speed test. Usually for long barrel IEMs and also equally long inner core for the ear tips, it takes some finagling, but in this case it's fast. I'm really impressed, guys. And by the way, here is some protection here, the mesh protector to prevent gunk from getting in there. And in the packaging as well, there's replacement tips or replacement shields, as well as the inner nozzle protector as well, in case you have like DIY projects or you're doing maintenance, which is really nice just in case. And speaking of ear tips too, there's 8 altogether silicone ear tips, 3 small bore, 5 wide bores. If you really want to nitpick, it would be nice to have foam tips, right, or something, but that's like first world problems. The cable itself, really high quality, high purity OCC silver plated copper wiring cable, and it ends in a 3.5mm termination plug. I cannot move on without talking about the case, because this thing is really nice. The pleather on the outside, really nice to the touch, very rigid. The zipper action is also smooth, something that doesn't have YKK on it. Usually you expect it to stick and whatnot, but it's really nice. And there's felt line on the inside. You put your earbuds there, and then coil or cables here, and then a storage pocket for your accessories. Really nice stuff. Thumbs up to 7 Hz for that. Well, I know that you know that I'm already going to say how bass-centric the Legato is. Make no mistake, guys, I was pleasantly surprised to find that it doesn't compromise on other frequency ranges either, or at least too much of it anyway. It's the kind of bass that feels like a baby gorilla pounding on your chest, you know? It's tight, it's clean, and at least it's not mother gorilla pounding on your chest. Now, straight out of the box, without any EQ tweaking, the lows are weighty and deep, which, as you might expect, can also cause the mids to sound too mellow for some people, so something to take note of there. Elements like high vocals and brighter instruments in the upper mids and treble regions are, to be honest, where the Legato wins back points to counter the elevated bass. You can thank the dual cavity 6mm tweeters for that. As you can see from the critical target, which is subjectively a more contemporary ideal waveform, the Legato shows off why I call these earbuds countercultural to regular IEMs. Interestingly, the tuning seems more in line with the older Harman go-to target, so that kinda says something, right? Personally, I'm totally enjoying the stock setup on these. Most of the time, I don't even bother playing with the EQ. And you know what the overall sound reminds me of? And this might sound weird, guys. 80s boomboxes. I know, right? And it's the good ones that I'm talking about here, with the tight boomy bass and the clear mids and highs, like the JVC RC M70, remember that one? And the Panasonic RX 5090, all classics. Except in this case, it's obviously cleaner and polished, right? Now, performance-wise, this thing is good when paired with a standard phone or PC or laptop, but these wake up further when you add a DAC or play higher quality files, or both. And for example, I connected these to the portable iFi Audio Hip DAC 2, the Sound Blaster Katana V2X gaming soundbar with its built-in headphone DAC, review coming soon, and the desktop Zen Air DAC. And each one was able to push the Legato without any discernible harshness. If anything, it proves how well built and how well sorted the hardware is. However, all is not guns and roses, my friends. Besides the slightly muddled lower mids that we talked about a second ago, if you're looking for, say, imaging prowess, you better look elsewhere, because it's all about musicality over technicalities here. I mean, imaging is acceptable, it's fine on most songs. You can roughly tell where each performer is placed in space until you get to, like, say, more complex tracks that have 6 or more sources, according to my ears anyway. Soundstage is well sorted, I would say, but imaging is really not the 7 Hz's strong suit. And by the way, a little PSA, you can expand the soundstage and give treble a small boost by swapping out the stock ear tips with the wide bore ones included in the box. Your ears will rejoice if you decide to keep these on for those longer jam sessions, because guess what, guys? Comfort is top notch. I can easily keep these on for like 5 to 6 hours straight, no problem whatsoever. I mean, mind you, that's sitting still, and that duration kind of drops to like 3 to 4 hours once I'm on my feet dancing to some MC Hammer. No shame in that. And I think part of the reason why these are so long wearing is because, unlike some other IEMs out there that have nozzles shaped like monkey penises, the legatos don't extend as deep into your ear canal, which, when combined with the supportive yet lightweight ear hooks, really help with long-term comfort. Plus points also goes to the spiral cabling that doesn't snag easily, that therefore also applies less strain against the ear hooks. The accessory spread is impressive for $100. Plenty of quality ear tip options, replacement bits and bobs, and one of the nicest rigid storage cases I've seen in a while. This is very generous 7 Hz, so keep it up. I would personally rather have good accessories like these than, say, I don't know, waifu cover art. I'm looking at you, Moondrop. So aside from what I already stated in the SQ department, there aren't any really major dislikes that I can think of. I know, shocker, right? And that's super rare too, so this is really awesome on 7 Hz's part. If I were to nitpick, I guess the case could be smaller. It's great for porting around all your accessories in it, but not so much if you just want to carry the earbuds, because in that case, it just becomes bulky. And this is easy to solve, guys, if you have something like a carry pouch lying around the house, or if you're like a cheap Chinese uncle like me, you can always use something like this or this. At $110, the Legato is equally accessible, in my mind, to the casual listener as much as to the audio enthusiast. Here, 7 Hz basically created its own monster, its own genre, of a good kind, by endowing this set of earbuds with a striking V-shaped signature, i.e. bombastic bass and punctuating treble, without sacrificing too much warmth or resolution. It also seems purposefully designed to ease the transition for the mainstream earbuds crowd into the IEM world, or maybe 7 Hz just did it just for fun. Now, the case is also another standout, so is the cable. I really can't believe this kind of quality comes standard. Anyways, time to score this thing. The 7 Hz Legato snags a GearUP score of 9 out of 10. That's pretty darn impressive, and here is how I broke it down to get a final score. If you have any questions about how I got there, feel free to comment down below, and I'll probably ignore it. Well, time for me to check out, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this. If you like to see, by the way, more content like this, show your support. Subscribe, thumbs up if you like it, comment nicely down below, because the more you show your, appreciation and support for this channel, the more I can get you tech gear to review. It's not just earbuds. Check out my playlist. You'll see it's a whole lot more options out there. Share this with your friends. And by the way, thank you to Linsoul for sending me this Legato as well as the Athena from last week. If you like to see more stuff from Linsoul, because they support a lot of awesome high-quality hi-fi equipment, check out their website. I'll link them down below, and you can spam them on Instagram and Twitter and tell them that GearUP wants to check out this fill in the blank so and so and so, and let them know that I want to review them. Thank you again for being here. Remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what, guys? If you haven't seen the news, it's horrible out there. It starts with you. I love y'all very much. Peace out, and God bless.